You ever been so stuck on a problem, just so deep inside it, that you just can't see the way out? Yeah, we've all been there. Today, we're going to try a powerful little thought experiment, one that's designed to break you out of that rut and see your challenges with completely fresh eyes. So let's launch into a different way of thinking. So let's just start with this. It's a simple, kind of strange question. But seriously, take a second. If you were an alien landing on Earth for the very first time and you had no idea about our customs, our assumptions, our weird ways of thinking, how would you tackle the problems you're facing right now?
So this whole idea, it actually has a name, the Martian mindset. And it's way more than just a quirky question, It's a practical tool for getting an outsider's perspective. It's about stepping outside of your own head and seeing a problem for what it truly is, without all the baggage we normally attach to it.
At its core, this mental model is built on 3 pillars. First, you question everything you just take for granted. Second, you analyze a problem calmly, like a scientist, not like someone in a total crisis. And third, and this is a big one, you make the goal about finding an answer, not just about being right.
Okay, so how do we actually do this, right? How do we put on our Martian helmet and start solving problems? Well, this entire mindset can be broken down into 4 simple, actionable principles. That's it. It all comes down to just 4 key shifts in how you see things. Okay, here's our roadmap. It all starts with a commitment to being a little strange, which leads us right into that first principle. First up, assume nothing is normal. Look, as humans, we operate on autopilot a lot of the time. We just accept that things are the way they are because, well, that's how they've always been. A Martian, though, seeing a struggling team's workflow for the first time, they don't have that programming. They'd ask, wait, why are there 3 meetings for this? Why does this report need 7 signatures? Why?
And a Martian, being totally free from our shared history and biases, might look at that messed up workflow and ask a devastatingly simple question just like this one. It's a question that just cuts right through all the noise and points directly at an answer we've been conditioned to overlook because, well, that's just how we do things here.
Now, this kind of relentless questioning naturally leads us to principle number 2. On Earth, if we try something new and it fails, we often treat it like a total disaster, an emotional catastrophe. But a Martian, they'd see it completely differently. For them, failure isn't an end. It's just a data point. It's information that tells you what doesn't work, which gets you one step closer to what does. So you treat that failed project like it's a piece of alien tech. You get methodical. You break it down. You observe which part created the problem, but without judgment. You poke it, you test a small change, you run a little experiment. And then you analyze the results calmly. You notice how panic and anxiety have absolutely no place in this process?
This brings us to the third principle. And honestly, this one can be the trickiest. We humans, we tend to blend our feelings and our facts into this one big, confusing soup, The team is frustrated by the new change. The Martian approach is different. It's a disciplined 3-step process. First, you feel the emotion, that frustration. Then you understand why you're feeling it, and only then do you bring in the logic to actually solve the problem. And this is so crucial. This isn't about becoming a robot or suppressing your feelings. It's actually the opposite. It's about respecting emotions enough to listen to what they're telling you. They're signals. That team frustration, it's not an obstacle. It's a flashing light telling you a process is clunky or unclear. Understand that signal first, and then you can fix the root problem.
And finally, the 4th principle. This one requires us to check our ego at the door. For so many of us, our identity gets all tangled up in our ideas. I suggested the new plan, so I need it to be the right plan. A Martian has no ego in the game. They don't care who came up with the answer. They only care about one thing. Does this actually work? And this one change, it shifts your entire motivation. When you let go of that need to win, you open yourself up to a whole world of better solutions, no matter where they come from. The goal is progress, not proving you were right. So when you combine all 4 of these principles, when you question everything, treat failure as data, separate emotion from logic, and choose curiosity over your ego, something really powerful starts to happen. You begin to see your own world, your own problems, as if you're seeing them for the very first time.
And this, right here, is what it all leads to. The Martian mindset isn't some trick to magically boost your IQ. It's not about having more brain power or some kind of alien intelligence. The real secret is actually much simpler and, honestly, much more profound.
It's about making the familiar strange again. By adopting this outsider's perspective, you start to notice all the hidden assumptions, the invisible rules, and the overlooked solutions that were there the whole time. The answers are so often hiding in plain sight. You just need a new set of eyes to see them.
So I'm going to leave you with this challenge. Think about a problem you're facing right now. What's the one obvious truth about it that you've just never questioned? Now, what would happen if you looked at that truth like a Martian?